What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lorick from the Money Etiquette Group here with another IPO video, and this video is about Sunnova Energy International Inc. Next week, June 24th or 25th, Sunnova will be releasing their IPO under ticker symbol NOVA for about $16 to $18 per share, which means for normal investors, it may be up to $20, $25 by the time you see it if it's a hot IPO. If it's a normal IPO that doesn't move much, then yeah, between $16 to $18 a share. But let's talk a little bit about the company. Sunnova Energy International Inc. is a solar power company, okay, to provide solar power energy on a commercial and a consumer level. They were founded in 2013, but most of their business was residential then. It still is, but I would say then it was completely residential, and now it's mostly residential for solar and energy storage. They have about 63,000 customers over 20 states in the United States. They're not an international company in terms of operation yet. We know that they are in 20 states in the United States. They use about 75 local dealers. So what they do is, instead of let's just say having a Sunnova representative come and do installations and handle some of the maintenance, they deal with local individuals that do that type of work. Local contractors will do that work, and they have about 75 that they deal with at the present moment. They don't require any upfront payment, just like most solar companies. They're saying, okay, you don't have to put money up front. However, they do require you to sign a long-term agreement, a 2 to 3 year, sometimes 5, even 10-year agreement for the free installation, because they do want to recoup the cost of the equipment that they're giving you, and they want to recoup the cost of the installation that they have to pay for, the labor. So they do require you to sign a long-term contract. But again, in this industry, that's nothing new. When it comes to Sunnova's financials, they're increasing their revenues year over year. In 2017 to 2018, they increased their revenues by about 76.86 million. And they ended at 104.38 million in 2018. And for the first quarter of 2019, they're up 35%. So their revenues are increasing, which is a good sign. But we don't talk about the revenues without talking about the expenses, and they are operating at a net loss. In fact, in 2018, that net loss was at about 79.25 million. And that was down from 2017, which was about 91 million. So from 2017 to 2018, they did see a reduction in their losses. However, they're up in the first quarter of 2019 compared to 2018. So they're spending more. I think they're up another 10 to 15%. So even though their revenue is up 35%, their expenses are up, or their losses in terms of the pacing that they're going are up by about 10 to 15% also. So that's something to keep in mind. It's still positive growth, but they're not at a point where they're making a net profit. A lot of that has to do with expansion. A lot of that has to do with what they have to pay to get into certain markets, and dealing with also contractors and different rates. So you do have that, and not to mention, as this industry expands, you have competition that you got to deal with. So you're trying to expand and get in different markets as quickly as possible, as we see the United States go more towards alternative energies, especially solar. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that you should make a decision based on that, but I'm saying keep that in mind when you're thinking about the industry. Now, a big part of why they need this money that they're raising through the IPO is to pay off debt. Okay, they took a lot of loans out to do what they're able to do to expand, and they want to pay off debt. A lot of people who are investors don't like that. People like to see more of their money used in infrastructure and expanding the business and more marketing, even fulfilling orders. But in this case, they're saying, look, a lot of that money, not all, but a lot of the money is going to be used to pay off debt. Right now, they're $1.2 billion in debt. And if they don't raise enough money through this IPO, they're going to be paying about $450 million for each year for the next 3 to 4 years until that money's paid back. So they're heavily dependent on raising this money so that they can pay down their debt. Again, I'm not going to say that's necessarily a negative thing, but depends on where you like your companies using their money. Just understand that a lot of this money is going to be used for debt, and it will be expansion, but we know that you really are betting on the industry if you're going to invest in this company. It's not so much at the individual level. Will this company succeed? They have a lot of customers. They have the ability to expand. However, you got to keep in mind, guys, it's a risky industry. It doesn't mean that they're a leader in the industry. With 68 or 63,000 customers in 20 states, they're certainly not the leader in the industry. but they have the potential to expand, and when they pay down more of their debt, that gives them more leverage to bring in profits, which is better for you. So just keep that in mind. But again, on the 24th or 25th is when you'll have the opportunity to buy these stocks. If you like kind of like low range stocks, this is pretty good, because between $16 to $18 a share is pretty good. But we'll see throughout the week, this upcoming week, how much hype is behind the IPO. Some people who are quick flippers who want to just buy and get gains on the first day, well, you're going to have to pay attention to the noise in the first, several days of next week and leading up to the release of the IPO, because if there's a lot of positive noise, then you could make money in a single day. However, if you're looking for a long-term investment, just make sure you pay attention to the fact that they have a lot of debt. They want to pay that debt off, and then will they raise enough to pay that debt off and still operate in a positive way? All right, guys, again, that's Sunnova. There are a couple other IPOs that will be coming out, and I will be making videos for that for you to pay attention to. But keep in mind, guys, invest at your own. Just be a responsible investor. Understand that I'm not here to tell you what to buy or not, but to inform you. And also understand that I do want you guys to win. So I'm going to give you as much information as possible. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support. More videos will be coming out, not just about investing, but also crypto, not just the stock market, but also real estate, relationship talk with money, everything that you want to do when it comes to talking about money. This channel is for you. So make sure you subscribe, and I appreciate your support. I'll talk to you soon.